Hey guys, what's up? So today we are here and yeah, so basically we have baby alive Brawny here, and today we are going to be trying and I guess fixing up her hair a little bit. We've been fixing up just her in general for part of the day today basically. So first of all, you may have noticed when I showed her, we took off her red lipstick because it was all crusty and, like, it wasn't really crusty, but when the nail polish that we used dried, it was, like, sticky even though it was dry, and it just got all hairy and gross. So we took that off, and on camera, her lips look really pink as if we repainted them, but, we did not. That's her, natural color, so, yeah. So, I don't know if you can tell on camera. Let me see. This eye. So in this eye, oh yeah, there you go. Now you can see. She's got some little scratches there because we tried out this thing we saw in a video, where they did like this kind of, they made like a DIY face mask for their baby lives, and it was supposed to remove marks off their face, and we tried it because in the video they used Brawny, but it got in her eyes, and when we were moving it, gave her those little scratches. So we're going to be fixing those later on, but her hair is ratted and quite gross. Well, it's not like gross, it's just very ratted and dry and frizzy, and she's got some like marks and stuff on her face that need to be cleaned up, and I want to continue working on her ear over here because you can't really see on camera, but it's barely tinted green from our fall festival video where we kind of turned her into like, I think it was Frankenstein, I don't remember exactly what she was, but we used green lipstick, and so now we need to fix that up. So yeah, we already did her lips, which is basically all that we've done, and that took a while, but it came off pretty easy compared to other nail polishes that we've had to try and get off of them. So yeah, so we're gonna start by taking this off of her because it'll be easier to clean her that way. Here we go. And she was wearing this adorable little sock dress. It looks kind of weird on camera, but yeah, so she's got, let's see, she's got this little like reddish pink dot on her leg. It looks really pink on camera, and a bunch of scuffs on her legs, well, on that leg, and she's got this little, you can't see it on camera, but there's like a little mark there, and she doesn't really have any marks on her back, so that's good. And on her front, she looks pretty good too. And her arms are just a little dirty and have a few little marks. On the inside of her arm, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but she has a little red mark right there. And same on the other side, but the other side it's smaller. And then her face is just kind of dirty in general, so I want to fix that up. And I think her hair and her eye scratch is basically the main problem, which is what I mainly want to fix. So I need to get, I have this hairbrush here. It's a dog hairbrush, but it works quite well for them, and it's double-sided. I'm not using this side because this side doesn't really do much for them or dogs. But this side works pretty well because it's got like the metal bristles and whatever. So we're going to be trying this. So first of all, we're going to take down her hair. Hopefully this scrunchie is not stuck because that's always hard to remove. And they actually don't get stuck in the hair as much if you use like little scrunchies. And this scrunchie's like smaller, it's like thinner than normal scrunchies, so it works really well for baby lives. So now that we have that out of the way, I'm also going to get this little baby alive bottle, and I'm going to fill this up with water, and we're going to use this as like a little squirt bottle to get her hair wet. So I'm just going to fill that up. There we go. I'm also going to rinse it out because it had some food in it, so it needs to be rinsed out. I filled it up and dumped it out about 3 or 4 times, and then I filled it up with water. You can't really see it on camera, but there's water in there. So now we're going to be taking care of this mess. So to start, I'm just going to get my hand wet a little bit and just put a few drops of water on my hand. And I'm just kind of rubbing that into her hair, because if I apply it straight with the bottle, it works, but it just kind of slides off and it gets everything all wet. So it's easier just to get my hands wet and kind of work it into her hair. Okay, now it's a little wet and kind of separated. We usually just keep her hair up so it doesn't get worse. So it's kind of shaped like how we have her hair usually. So I'm just adding some drops of water into her hair now, just to get it kind of wet, because that does make it easier. We're going to start by just brushing it out, first of all, because it's probably pretty tangly. So we might even have to get the detangler. So I don't know if I want to lay her down or not. Okay, it's going to be easiest to lay her down, so I'm going to adjust the camera. And now we're just going to kind of brush her hair. It definitely makes a difference having her hair brushed out, because it doesn't look as ratted when it's brushed out, for sure. But it's definitely still a little frizzy. Once you get it brushed out, really only the ends are ratted and the rest is just frizzy. Sometimes even the ends don't just look frizzy and not even ratted. So that's nice. I think she did a pretty good job on this Baby Lives hair, to be honest. Like when they made the Baby Lives Real Surprises 2012, I think they did a good job with the hair. Also, let me know if you guys like me using this camera better, because I'm actually using a laptop to film this. So if you guys like that better, let me know, because I think it works better than using my phone to film. So yeah. Also, as I'm brushing out her hair, I'm also going to talk about a possible giveaway and some exciting things with that. So about 2 days ago, I checked our YouTube channel and we had 20 subscribers. So thank you guys for that. And then yesterday I went back and checked our channel and we had 23 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. And remember, if we get to 100 subscribers before our 1-year anniversary, we will be doing a Baby Life themed giveaway. So to enter that, like and subscribe if you are not already, then share our channel, and then my email will be linked in the description below. I will try not to forget to add that this time. And then you just send me an email with your first and last name, and then basically if we get to 100 subscribers, you are entered to win, and we will put your name on a wheel, like a spinning wheel thing, and yeah, whoever it lands on will win the prize if we can get to 100 subscribers before our 1-year anniversary. So yeah. Also, make sure to go subscribe to Baby Alive Unicorn's YouTube channel. She has a really amazing channel, and so yeah, so go subscribe to her. So yeah, let's continue brushing her hair. Well, I've been brushing her hair this whole time, but yeah. I'm just working on this one strand, and I want to get it completely brushed out before I move on to a different strand. We're also going to be trying to adjust these bangs here because they're a little out of control. I think we're doing quite well even without the detangler. This strand looks pretty good. The ends just look pretty, like a little frizzy. So I'm going to kind of try and set that aside. And I'm going to brush out the underneath of it a little bit more, just because it looks a little bit more knotted. I think it's actually good. So I'm going to put that strand aside. First strand done, which is good, but we got like 15 more to go. So I'm gonna add some water to this strand because the water definitely helped with that last strand. It really helped me get the tangles out and all the knots out, so that was good. This piece seems like it's a little bit more knotted, although the underneath seems less ratted on this one. So that's actually really nice. Though it is quite tangled, this brush works really well. I definitely do suggest using a dog brush. I know that's kind of weird, but I think it works quite well. I think they're just more aggressive because dogs have thicker fur than humans do hair. So I think that's probably why. And we have to have pretty tough brushes because our dog has curly hair and it gets knotted and whatever. So yeah. This strand is kind of combining with the first strand we did, so it's kind of brushing out both, even though we already brushed out the first strand. Also, another strategy that works really well is once you get, once you have two strands brushed out, then you want to combine them. I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing over here because you guys can just see over here, but once you get two of them brushed out, you want to, like, put them together and then brush it again because then it stays unknotted when the strands get put together and they don't get tangled when they're put together. So yeah, I'm now going to attempt to show you guys what we have brushed out so far. Okay, that you can kind of see, that's what we have brushed out so far. Now it's just two little chunks of her hair. So yeah. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna start on a third strand. Now this is gonna get a little tricky because I'm gonna have to turn her here in a moment so we can do more of the top of her head because we're almost to that point where we want to do the top of her head. So I'm gonna move her towards the camera and just continue to brush her hair out. Just doing that third strand, and you want to try to keep the two strand, like the strand and the rest of the hair that you have not done yet separate, because it makes it much easier just to brush it strand by strand, at least in my opinion. Also, I've seen a lot of things that say fabric softener works really well on their hair. I have tried it multiple times on multiple different baby lives, and for baby lives, it does not work, at least in my experience. It does not work. We tried it on Abby, and we tried it on Brawny here, and we tried it on Kenyon, and it is just not working that well. Okay. This part is looking good. It's looking much better than it did before. And I think, honestly, I know this is kind of an odd, like a different choice. I think I actually want to start leaving her hair down rather than putting it up all the time because I think that will help. I know usually people say it the other way around, but I think honestly that'll help. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that'll help. We will definitely have to continue to brush out her hair every day. But honestly, her hair actually isn't even that ratted. It's mostly just the ends and then some frizz. And I think just from like having it up, it gets all tangled, which makes it look super duper ratted, like Abby's hair, because Abby's hair is super duper ratted. So yeah, I think that'll help. Plus her hair gets kind of like, it almost looks curly when it gets put up. Like it's like curly, but it's like ratted curls, and it just doesn't look too great when you take it down and you don't brush it. So, and I'm gonna flip her over so now you guys can kind of see what we've been working on. We've got like almost half the head done, and I'm just doing this so that we can like brush out the underneath a bit more. Underneath pretty tangly, so I just want to get that kind of brushed out. There, I don't know if that looks better or not. I added another light, so hopefully that helps with the lighting. I have the hiccups a little bit. I have 3 different lights on, so you guys can see it. Let me know. Like, give this video a thumbs up if you think that this lighting works, and give it a thumbs down if you think it's like too much or not enough or it just doesn't work. Okay. I think that's brushed out as much as I can get it. So now I'm gonna start on the next chunk. I've done maybe 3 or 4 chunks, and that's like half of her head. So here's the part where I kind of have to turn her a little bit. Now I'm gonna get her hair wet. I just do like a few drips down the strand that I'm working on, and I'll show you guys that once we get over here where you guys can see. And I just do that, and then I kind of separate it from the hair that I haven't done yet and kind of combine it to the hair that we've already done and just kind of start brushing that out. And I think that honestly works the best for me. So yeah, and I'm sorry if this video is getting really long even though we're just brushing her hair. I might just have to do a part 2 of this video, and if I do, I'm gonna post it right after I post this one so that you guys don't have to wait for that, because I think it was our maybe 2nd or 3rd video that we did. We did a drawing contest part 1, and we did make a part 2. And I honestly never got that posted, and I think I accidentally deleted the footage for that. So I'm really sorry. I know you guys don't get to see what happens, but I do believe, if I remember correctly, Jack and Candy win, I believe. So yeah, because if I did delete that footage, then the part 2 of that video will never be posted unless we like kind of redo it a little bit. But yeah. Also, I was given the idea to redo our very first video, and I'm thinking we could do that for our 1-year anniversary. If you guys want to see that as part of our 1-year anniversary celebration, let me know. Just like when you email me your first and last name, let me know if you guys want to see that, because I think that would be kind of fun. I think it would be cool to see like how different it is now compared to about 1 year ago. I think there's no better time to do that than, of course, on our 1-year anniversary. And then maybe we can make that like a tradition and do that every year on our anniversary. I don't know. But I think that would be cool to see how much it changes over time, and like as we get older and things change, So this part of her hair is looking actually better than I think it has ever. And I've never used this exact brush on her hair. I've used it on other baby Alex hair for sure, but it looks really good. And we actually don't use this brush for my dog that much. So I just don't think it works for him really. Maybe it does and we just don't use it. But okay, we're almost to the part where you guys can see how I do the water. Actually, you can kind of see it right here if I make this up. So just go like this and add little drops to it, just like that. And then I separate these and bring this over here. And then I just grab that brush here, this brush, and then I grab her like this. Well, not like that, but like I grab her like this, and then I just kind of brush it into the rest of the hair. And I think that method works really well for me right now. I think it works for her, and just like what we need to get done with her, and like what we have to get done, and whatever, I think it just works. Well, she does kind of like flop up and make a crash every here and there, as you guys can obviously tell. So holding her down here does work a little bit better, or even just putting her feet down more so that she doesn't do that as much helps. So now we're on to, I think we'll have 2 more strands to do. So we could actually honestly just do this in 1 more strand. So I'm just going to do that so we have time to do my her face and whatever. I'm gonna turn her over so that the hair piece that I'm working on is more towards me, so that it's easier to see what I'm doing, and you guys can kind of see what we've already done. I know it doesn't look that too great on camera, but it does look pretty good. One of the reasons that I'm not really using detangler on her hair is because the detangler is actually, it makes her hair quite greasy, and I don't like that because it makes it kind of oily. And we play with our baby alives a lot, even off camera. We play with them a lot, and so they just kind of makes it greasy, and I don't like their hair greasy, especially when I'm trying to like put it up and stuff, or just even like moving their hair out of the way. I don't know, and it kind of makes their hair look greasy too. I don't like that look very much. It's like kind of like when you get out of the shower and your hair's all wet. I don't know. Anyways. Okay, I think I'm almost done. I'm just kind of brushing the underneath now, just to make that look nice, because the underneath has to look nice too, because otherwise it'll just affect it. It'll make sense once I'm done. The underneath isn't honestly too bad, and for the underneath, you can just kind of spray their hair like this. Just because it makes it easier. It does wet their hair a lot for sure, but it's actually so much easier to brush when their hair is like really wet. So I'm gonna wet this strand some more because it's not that wet. And you want to be careful because this baby alive has like mechanics and stuff back here. Brawny does not work though because we didn't realize that you couldn't take her in the water when we got her, and so she went in the water, and yeah. So now she doesn't work anymore, and her batteries got all corroded and whatever. So yeah, almost done brushing out the underneath. I'm just kind of doing that like really quick, and just kind of almost aggressively, just really fast brushing through it. Because once you get all the bigger knots out, it's easier to just kind of do that. Now, I think her hair looks pretty good. I definitely spent more time on the first 2 strands than I did the rest. So I'm just going back and kind of spending a little bit more time on the rest. Perfect. I think that looks pretty good. Now we sit her up and gonna adjust the camera. And this is what we have. Now this is really crazy because of how we brushed it. So I'm going to actually wipe this up because it's a little wet. So I'm gonna move Brawny, and you guys will not be able to see her here for just a second. And I'm going to grab a towel, and we're gonna wipe this area up because we don't want it all wet. It makes it easier to work when it's not all wet like this. So we're just gonna wipe that up. There we go. Now I'm gonna bring back Brawny back over here. And yeah, her hair looks even crazier than it did before, but now it is all brushed out, and she kind of has an afro. I actually kind of like the afro look. I think it's cute. If it was like more contained, I think it would be cute. Excuse me, on her, but I don't know. We could just put it back into a ponytail, but then it'll kind of end up looking like how it did before. So now we're just gonna go back in. I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit so that you guys can see her a little bit better. And now we're just brushing it. We're not even brushing it to get out the tangles. Like, I'm just using the black side of the brush, and I'm just brushing it down so that it's not like up and all over the place. So this is just helping me kind of brush it down a little bit. And wetting it also makes it easier to brush it down. There we go. I'm going to go back in with the other side of the brush and use that to also kind of help brush it down. And there we go. Okay, I think that looks at least a little better than when we started. At least, like, in real life it does. I'm not sure on camera if they look better to you guys or worse, but yeah. So, let's see. I'm gonna try to fix the bangs with some water. And I might even just like hairspray them down once I get them how I want them. Just to get them to stay. Now, it's not always the best idea to brush them down just because it brings hairs like this down into the bangs area. Now, the Baby Alive Real Surprises 2012, just like her, their bangs have kind of a gap in between once they kind of separate and you like don't take care of them. They just kind of separate. And so what a lot of people do is they take little bits of hair, like this strand, and they bring it to the front and they adjust it so that it works and it looks like it's supposed to be here, and then they cut it to match the bangs. Now, we're not going to be doing that, but I am going to try and adjust the bangs a little bit. Now, this strand is kind of odd because they rooted it underneath the bangs, but it's a long strand. So when I try to put it back in place, it kind of brings the bangs up. So that's one of the reasons that the bangs are a little bit like up, if that makes sense, and they kind of stick up a lot. And there's also a bunch of little hairs like this. You guys can't really see it too much on camera, but there's like some little hairs here that come out of the bangs there, and that also makes it kind of odd. Now I think I'm going to be doing a part 2 of this, and it will be possibly like ironing her hair. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I will be posting that here in a minute. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Bye.